Hey everybody, Scott Steen with the winnersandwhiners.com coming to you today from the Pat Summerall studio deep in the bowels of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex with today's Deep 3. We've been all right with so far this week with our Deep 3. We've gone 4-2, and our bowl games are a perfect 2-0, so we're looking to keep all of that going today. First game I want to take a look at. By the way, everybody, we'll have our shout-outs tomorrow. Had a little trouble accessing the comment section as I was getting ready to prepare for this video. So we'll have a big, huge section of shout-outs on tomorrow's video. We had a bunch of winners. A lot of people cleaned up on the Ohio game, and a couple of people played the parlay with that on the underside. All good plays. And we had a few of us that really loaded up on the Spurs tonight, and that came through for us as well. So yeah, we'll talk about all that on tomorrow's show. Hopefully, as long as I can access the comment section again. In the meantime, let's take a look at the games for today, shall we? By the way, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you're playing, man. We're starting to get some really good picks from some people that can do a pretty good job of handicapping. So that's a beautiful thing. I want everybody's picks out there. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're playing. And most importantly, let us know why you're playing it. All right? Very cool. All right, so here we go. Even though I did another video on this game, this is going to be my first pick, and I've got a little different play on this. I've got kind of an update that has to do with the weather, and that is on tonight's Gasparilla Bowl down there in Tampa. What is that? The Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla. I was trying to think of what it was. The Bad Boy Mowers. This is a game with Marshall and the University of South Florida. What I'm taking a look at here is I'm taking a look at the total. And here's the deal, guys. It is bad weather down in Florida. It's been raining. By the time this game goes off, it'll be raining for about 2 straight days. They're looking at anywhere between 5 and 6 inches of rain in the Tampa-St. Pete area. And while the rain most likely will be mostly done by game time, that field is likely to be a fairly muddy mess. In addition, with the front comes in, there's a breeze that's coming in off the ocean, and that really doesn't do it justice to call it a breeze. It's a 15 to 17 mile an hour sustained wind with gusts up to 40, ladies and gentlemen, 40 miles per hour. That'll blow a football around just a little bit. Like I said, the wind's coming out of the west. Raymond James Stadium sits north to south with the end zones in the north and south end. Yes, I did check. So cross breeze, that is going to cause even more havoc with the totals. It's an underplay here. I don't usually worry about the under when it's raining. I don't worry about the under when it's a wet field, but I do like to play the under when it is windy, and it will be windy down there. I think they're going to eschew field goals. I don't think they're going to take field goals when they normally would, and probably have a turnover or two. So I would definitely take a look at that under. I'm going to have this posted sometime here later Wednesday night or early Thursday morning. If you guys get this, I would get on that. I think that number is going to fall throughout the day as people wake up and hear that weather forecast. So, yeah, take Marshall and University of South Florida. I got that at under 51 right now. But like I said, I think that's going to come down. It's come down from 54 so far, and I think it's going to probably fall throughout the day. So, yeah, get on that. All right, so our next game comes from the world of college basketball. This is Yale minus 10.5 on the road. What? Go on. They are at Monmouth, all right? Monmouth, they are winless this year, but you know what? That doesn't really do their season justice. They are an absolutely atrocious offensive team. They have scored 63 or less 9 times, and they are yet to score 75 points. They have beat the spread just twice. They beat West Virginia. They were favored. They were 20-point underdog. They lost by 18 because apparently at the end of the game, West Virginia put their team manager in, and that mountaineer dude that roams the sideline with the gun in a coonskin cap. They both played significant minutes there in the second half. They also were a 15-point dog to Hofstra, and Hofstra ended up just winning by 4 points. You know, because they're Hofstra. They think they can just show up and throw their hat in the ring, and they automatically win. So, you know, that's what happens when you come from a power program like Hofstra. But other than that, They have been wiped out by the spread. I think that continues. Yale is a good shooting team, and they score 81 points a game. Monmouth gives up about 77, and with their offensive woes, I like all kinds of Yale in this situation. I think the Bulldogs roll the Hawks. Yeah, I had to look them up. Sue me. Another play I like in this game, if you can get it, is an added game. So I don't know how many props are going to be available, but if you can get a first half wager where you're at, I like that even better. They have as bad as Monmouth is for the entire game, they're even worse in the first half. They average 59 for the year, but they average just barely 28 in the first half. Yikes! Yeah, take that. Take your Yaleys and lay that 5 or so for the first half if you can get it. All right, and our last play of the day is kind of the marquee basketball game. It is the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the Blue Devils of Duke University. It's there in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Duke is -8, and the total is 145.5. I've been hearing a lot lately about the Texas Tech defense, and for good reason. They're first in points allowed at just 51.1. They're first in field goal percentage, allowing the team to just shoot 32.2. They're also first or second in three-point shooting, allowing other teams to shoot just 28%. However, Duke, no slouch on the defensive side of the ball. They're fifth in field goal percentage allowed and 64th in the nation in points per game given up at just 64.3. The difference is Duke's played a lot better schedule. Tech, I was really tempted to take the under here. Tech is a very, very deliberate offensively, ranking just 246th in the nation in pace. The kicker for me in this game, though, made me lean to the side, is the strength of schedule, like I mentioned. Duke, in spite of the fact that they just ran the gauntlet of Stetson and Hartford, and then the last two games they got to thrill the Cameron Crazies, who were rejected by Ivy League schools. They got a small measure of revenge by beating Princeton and Yale there in Cameron. But before that, they actually played some real teams, and they have a strength of schedule, according to KenPom, that ranks 99th in the country. Meantime, Texas Tech, 349th in the nation as far as difficulty goes. They did have one nice win against Nebraska in Kansas City for a holiday tournament, but that's about it. I don't think the Red Raiders are ready for prime time. I think Duke's hits them early and often. I think they get theirs. I like Duke minus the 8. Wouldn't hate you if you wanted to play the under in that situation. It is kind of a point to a numbers play. What I worry about is the Red Raiders, are going to have to play faster to keep up with Duke, and then that total sneaks over. Because the only time Duke games go over, generally speaking, is when they're close and when they have a good competition. So if the Red Raiders are able to keep it to single digits there in the second half, I think there's a good chance that this goes over. So that's what kind of scares me away about that play. So there we go, everybody. Gave you 3 picks. You got 1 football, a couple college basketball picks. At the end of the night, you know the drill. You can gather up your tickets. Join me as we head back to the window. Hey, man, like I said, don't forget to check us out on all our social media. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you're playing. And, we'll have all those shout-outs up tomorrow. Until then, good luck tonight, everybody. We'll see ya mañana. Take care.